The WattCycle 314 amp hour is an affordable, non-UL listed floor mount battery. Now typically WattCycle is known for budget batteries, but this might be the best performing battery we've ever had here at the lab. Welcome back to the lab where our opinions cannot be bought. When we reviewed the WattCycle 100 amp hour server rack battery 6 months ago, it was the first budget battery we've actually recommended you guys. As far as wall mounts go, the EG4 has been our top pick for UL listed, but we have yet to find something affordable that we actually like and would recommend to you. All that being said, we were excited but skeptical when we got this battery here at the lab. So after having it here for a little while and putting it through all of our testing, we are ready to share our honest opinion with you guys. As always, we will leave a link to this battery as well as any other batteries we recommend to you guys, as well as any discount codes down in the description to try to save you guys some money. Before we get into our experience, let's hit you with a super quick spec teardown to get you up to speed on this new WattCycle battery. First up, this thing is passing nobody's lift test. It weighs 253 pounds, which is lighter than the EG4's wall mount battery, but you're definitely not lifting this alone. Obviously, it's a 314 amp hour battery at 48 volts, which means it is a 16,000 watt hour battery, and you can join up to 15 of these units together to get you a maximum of 241 kilowatt hours. In terms of output, it is rated to do 15.3 kilowatts continuously, or 300 amps, and a maximum of 305 amps. It can also be charged up to 300 amps continuously, which basically means you can charge it in about an hour. When it comes to plugs and ports on this unit, if you look at this side, at the very top is your communication. You have your reset button, your manual dip switches, dry connects. You have one RS485 port, a CAN port, one RS232 communication port, and then your paralleling ports. And down below, you have 4 negative quick connects. Taking a look at the other side, you have your BMS power button, you have your battery breaker, and 4 positive quick connects. Otherwise, the rest of the battery is very simple. You have your LED indicator across the top. You also have a nice screen. It is a touch screen, so it lets you change settings directly from the unit. This unit also has really nice locking Castro wheels, which means you can wheel it around the garage and then spin them tight to make sure it doesn't roll away on you, which is pretty nice because this unit has no handles and no other way to pick it up. We do really like these because other batteries in this class don't have wheels at all, so you have to use a dolly to move them around. It does have an app, it's simple Bluetooth, and it shows you real-time monitoring. And at the time of filming this video, with our discount code, this costs $2,067, which is a great deal for a 314 amp hour battery. What stood out to us the most about this unit was how well it performed during our testing. It was able to do its rated 15,000 watts for longer than 15 minutes. It took its rated charge, but most importantly, it was able to surge up to 21,000 watts, or 410 amps. Now the screen is a little laggy, it was only showing 16,200, but the load we had plugged in totaled at 21,000 watts. Not only was this thing able to start our compressor no problem, which is a 10,000 watt surge, but it was able to do it with existing loads, which is great for someone who's trying to start something like a 5-ton air conditioner. Honestly, this is the first battery we've ever had that could outperform a single inverter. It might even be able to surge more, but our inverter was the limiting factor.
So we're running a discharge test on this 314 amp hour WattCycle battery, and it's actually rated for about 300 amps of discharge, which is more than our FlexBoss 21 can continuously put out. So we're running a discharge of just over 14,000 watts, and we find that we can get this test to run for about 10 minutes. And the fail point is actually our EG4 FlexBoss 21. This battery is an awesome option for continuous heavy discharges, especially in a paralleled system.
It's also really nice that it can charge at 300 amps. So if you have a system that can output that much, this unit can charge in about an hour, which is pretty good. It actually provides real-time monitoring. It has easy graphics for anybody to understand, and it works with all their existing batteries, so you only need one app. And it's easy to switch between each battery to see which one's doing what. We also like the wide compatibility with inverter brands. A lot of budget battery brands have a problem with communicating with more premium inverters, but this one is able to work with Lux Power, Growatt, Victron, Pylon, and many others. We've also talked about the wheels already, but I have to make this clear. This is the first 314 we've ever had with wheels. And here at the lab, we're constantly moving things around in our garage, and we love how easy it is to move this thing. Just be mindful of what orientation you're pushing this in, because if you push it from the front or the back, it will tip over. So make sure you're pushing it from the side. It also comes with 2 different brackets, so you could mount it to the wall and have it like a wall-mounted battery if you want it to be more permanent. And again, they had a great, easy to understand English manual, which goes a long way in this space. The first thing we don't like is that it doesn't have handles, which drove Dylan nuts.
One thing we don't love about this battery is that there's no handles. You kind of have like a little bit of a housing here you can hold on to, and we love that it has wheels because it makes it really easy to move around the shop. But when you look at an EG4 battery, you get a couple options for really good handles. You've got these vertical handles and then handles for carrying it horizontally, as well as the eyelet bolts that you can install when you're lifting the battery. When it comes to these WattCycles, your only option is to use the wheels to move it around, to get a dolly, or to like slug it around manually with a couple guys, but not as many options for carrying this guy around. Another thing that you don't get with these WattCycle batteries is a way to lift them out of the packaging. When this comes crated, all you have is a flat back for your actual wall mount brackets. When you buy an EG4, they provide a rope that is attached to their wall mount bracket so that you can team lift it out of a box. And EG4 is not the only brand doing this. This is a Helios battery by Discover Energy. They also provide a rope which goes into the wall mount bracket on the rear on both the top and the bottom, so you can easily team lift those batteries.
We also don't like how they're unclear on the final paralleling numbers. We assume it's 15 because this is the number that's most clearly labeled in the manual, but we found 3 different numbers across their manual and their website. Not only was it confusing to us, but it's probably confusing to a consumer. We didn't get a clear answer from WattCycle, so our best guess would be 15. Otherwise, there's not much more we don't like about this system. It actually works as advertised. So at the end of the day, who is this battery for? We would say it's for someone who doesn't need UL listings and wants a battery that performs so well, you will literally mail us a handwritten thank you note. This is genuinely the first big budget battery we would actually recommend. If you do need UL listings, we will leave links to full review videos on other batteries that are UL listed. Otherwise, if those are not important to you, then we have to recommend this. Remember, we'll leave a link to this down in the description along with any discount codes to try and save you guys some money. With that all being said, thank you for watching, peace out, and stay charged.